Now the dangerous Nelson Cruz.
That one is hit hard to left. That ball's back, and there's your grand slam. Nelson Cruz connects on a triple. Love it. His fourth to the game, and suddenly it's a 2-point contest.
In Carl Anthony Township, you said he needs to start exerting his will.
Raul moving in. Back to Johnson. He scores! First in the NHL for Luke Johnson.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you. We are here. Thank you, audience. Oh, man. What a...
We are here with
We are here. We are there. We are everywhere. This is FuzzJockRadio. Thank you, audience. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are lovely tonight. I would like to say that you are probably... No, I'm not going to even say probably. You are the best audience that we've had all season. And this is the ultimate... No, this isn't the ultimate. This is the penultimate episode of season 4. And you are the best audience
Ever.
Ever.
It's such a great audience. Yeah, there we go.
They are a really good audience. They smell nice too. It's
they
nice.
don't.
It's nice. It's pleasant.
Guys, did you hear that? Mr. Nate. I'm sorry. I already screwed it up. I already screwed up this episode. Let's start over again.
No, this is Mr. Nate. We keep going. That's how we roll.
Oh yeah, that's the number one rule of this show. If Nate,
Huh.
the number one rule in this show, I'll tell you right off the bat, is if you screw up, don't stop and make it obvious. Just keep on going because nobody will notice. Just keep on going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know this rule already
I know this rule.
because it's the name of the game,
It's
right?
the name of the game.
Okay, so this is season 4, episode 11. And my name is Fuzzy. I'm one of your hosts, Hess, if you will, because none of us are better than each other. We have no guests. We have no hosts. We have Hess, and I'm one of them. My name is Justin. Fuzzy.
I'm J-Mez. So,
I'm C-Dubs.
And we have
And I am Nate Rock Cato.
Nate Rock, Cato.
welcome.
This is your,
Welcome to the show, Nate.
this is like your 5th time here, right?
No, no. I'm like the worst guest for sports, especially when you guys have such a wide variety of topics.
Well, I don't think that's true because we don't have any guests.
That's right.
So
Hess or hosts.
you're already
or-
lying. Mr. Nate Lion, Nate Rock, Cato.
Yeah.
We're already screwing up. Okay, the reason why we're screwing up here, audience, is because I am saying that we're screwing up. We're stopping the show and we're just gonna have a conversation now.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel like I put a monkey wrench in the machine here.
It's not you. It's me.
It is you.
Are you sure?
I did. I've actually wanted to have a conversation with you, with the other two about you, but you know.
Yeah, we're all in the same room.
Okay.
Fuzzy Vention.
This is the penultimate episode. Obviously, it's not going the way that we expected. However, we're going to
Or
keep
is
on
it?
going with it. Oh boy.
Yeah, it might be. It's all according to plan, if you ask me.
Oh boy. Okay. So the way we like.
I have here says we're right on track.
Yeah. It's pretty atypical.
Okay.
I mean, I've read this thing word for word. I don't know what you're talking about. This we're doing great.
Okay. If you guys say so. We, the way we start our shows, if you have never listened, but earlier you said that you do listen to the show every once in a while.
I
So
do. I
that's
catch
cool.
the replays on YouTube.
He's a YouTube listener, guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm usually sleeping by now. I can't be staying up at all hours of the night. I'm dreaming of sugar plum fairies right about this time.
Well, that's great.
How's it going?
How you doing, guys?
What's
What's
good.
going on? How you doing?
I mean,
we usually
not really.
start this show with how we're doing. What did we do with this last week? And we will start with C-Dubs.
Me? I've been working hard and swimming a lot in my time off.
Whoa.
Since I worked so hard. I've been swimming like every day.
That's
Swimming?
nice.
So Yeah, that's been really nice.
Yeah, swimming is refreshing.
James, how was your week since the last time we talked to you?
It feels really busy, but I don't think I did much. But it kind of, when you have a young child, things can become a whirlwind so fast and go by, and then it's over, and you're like, what the heck? I mean, it was a really fun holiday weekend. Not to mention any of my. Don't get me started on my grievances with this nation, but a holiday weekend for a father means here's a kid having a lot of fun with a couple other families.
A lot of work. You're still at work. You're not on vacation. Is that what you're trying to say? You're still working.
No, I'm saying I had a blast, but it was exhausting
to
have a blast, making sure the kids are having a blast.
Yeah.
And man, the kids had a blast.
Good. So then you had a blast.
It was a good night.
Then you had
a whole good day, grilling and playing.
Good. Nate.
Exhausting, though.
Nate.
Yes.
You'd never been on the show before?
No.
So what we like to do is ask what you've been doing since you were born, what happened in first grade, second grade, and third, and then we jump to like 8th grade a little bit.
Yeah.
But not too much.
Yeah, save the flashback stuff.
And then up until like, who are you? What's going on? How you doing, bud?
You know what? I'm just gonna leave you with a copy of my autobiography.
Oh.
So we can skip.
Wait a minute.
We can skip up until a couple weeks ago, or maybe even just this week.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah.
Is that available on Audible?
James,
No.
what's this under your chair? Do you have one of these too? You have one of these books?
Wait,
There's
something's
a
under my
biography of Nate under my chair.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
How did you do that?
look at
I'm
that.
not even in the...
Hey, audience, look under your chair.
Look under your chair, audience.
Everyone gets a copy of my book in an '84 Pinto. You get a Pinto, and you get a Pinto, and you get a Pinto.
I so wish.
Yeah, this is the greatest podcast to listen to ever.
I wish I had the audience. I don't have the. I thought I had audience applause in the sound
you had
effects,
it right.
but I don't.
That's usually about how my jokes land.
Okay. So, Nate,
Oh yeah, so
how are you? What's going on, bro?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I don't know. It's nice to be on another radio show. I have my radio show Wednesdays.
Yeah. So,
Mankato to Motown,
So-
7 p.m.
so
All
Nate,
right, I did my part.
Oh,
Deuces.
See you later.
so Nate here, yeah, he's does a bi-weekly show on Fuzz Talk Radio called Mankato to Motown,
Yep.
which appears every other Wednesday,
Yeah, I really want to make it as difficult as possible for people to tune in.
which is not this Wednesday,
And next one.
but next Wednesday. But if you're listening to the podcast next week, it might be this Wednesday. You dig?
Or it could have been last Wednesday too, depending on when they watch it.
True.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we deal with fuzzy time travel.
That's why I live in the moment.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
It sounds. I mean, Motown's great music, and to have it every other Wednesday does kind of add this exclusivity. Like you really gotta, you gotta like it and be cool and in the know.
Yeah, you pretty much just have to text message me and say, "Hey, are you playing tonight?" And I say yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I gotta say we're doing pretty good with the listeners, judging
Nice.
by my social media messages.
You are. You absolutely are. And a good point is maybe like if you don't have Nate's phone number, which if you're somebody of a certain demeanor, maybe you'd want to get his phone number because he's a very lovely person to hang out with and stuff. So if
his number is
I'm trying to set up a date
422
for you
Yeah,
right here. So if you are a lovely lady
yeah.
that needs a nice guy that can cook and has his own place, let us know. Email us at fuzzjockradio@gmail.com and we will set you up with Mr. Nate.
Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure.
It's
I'm the one that reads those emails. Ooh boy.
he does. Just a reminder, we are not a dating podcast. We're not a dating podcast.
Yeah, no, this went way. This is way off script.
But you never know. You never know. So every other Wednesday, either this Wednesday or next Wednesday, depending on when you're listening to this episode, at 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. And
It's pretty
it's
worth
really
your
good.
time. Pretty
And
worth
it's
your
really
time.
good. Oh, what I was getting at was that if you don't have his phone number to text him to see if he's on air, follow him on Twitter.
Yes. Yep. That's the only thing I tweet about is when I'm doing the show. At least on that one. I have another Twitter that's like video games and comics and stuff, but
And
that's a
it's-
whole nother show.
It's Twitter at Nate Rock Cato.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can put that in the description for the podcast download.
We
That'd be a great
definitely
idea.
could. We definitely could. So
Fuzzy.
this is Nate.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's
you,
Nate.
Fuzzy.
That's he's been one of my best friends for a very long time. He would like to say that he probably would like to take the best away from that category, and then probably been one of his friends. And then he probably would also say, because I've known him for a long time, that Fuzz, you might want to take that friend word and change it into something else, maybe more of an acquaintance. It sounds like that's like one of the types of jokes he likes to play on me.
Yeah, I don't even know these people.
Yeah,
He's my friend. I like him.
I like him. I hope you guys like
How
him
was
too.
your week, Buzz?
My week. Let me see here.
What'd you do, man?
What did I do?
Did you make some notes in your notepad?
I did not. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh,
So I have this notepad. See it right over here, Nate?
it's a character.
That I promised everybody that I would carry around with me, and anytime I had an idea, I'd
Yeah.
write it down in my notebook.
So like Twitter.
Kind of like Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Check your Twitter.
I didn't write anything.
Oh, that's where I've been keeping those notes. Dang it.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
With that, as we all know, the main news in baseball has been the
After
substance use.
Yeah,
What,
the main thing in baseball after the Twins being the awesomest is the
the baseball substance abuse. Right? Baseballs have been abusing substances, and it's not been fair for some of the players, so then they started complaining.
we need baseball's rehabilitations.
So yeah, the sticky substance pitchers have been using for gripping the ball has been the main focus of all Major League Baseball news as of late. And as of late, over the last, it's been about 10 days since they've been enforcing the rules.
Yeah, I remember last week was like within one of the first day or two, I think, of them starting to enforce the inspections.
So since the enforcement memo dropped, according to Choice Fielder on Twitter, 63 pitchers, 17% have dropped 2+ standard deviations
In their RPMs.
in their RPMs, 230 plus RPMs. 145 pitchers, 38% of them have dropped 1+ standard deviation in their RPMs. And then 230 pitchers, 60+% have dropped enough to call the drop statistically significant. So, what does that mean? That means that everybody's been cheating, right?
Well, we might
Basically.
finally start seeing some batting averages go over 200. Mm-hmm. This will be nice.
And it's made a big thing. A lot of batting averages have been like 111, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So many.
Awful.
There's a lot of people batting 200. Not very many batting even 300 is kind of. It's
There's usually
significant.
someone all season. You're like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna go 400. Here we
yeah.
go. And then that's not even been a conversation half this season.
Yeah, I saw that the batting average is down to like 237 or something like that. It's lowest has been in. I'm sitting here trying to look for what the exact number was, but
Yeah, it's
yeah, stupid low. Like, so I understand that baseball. See, I used to be a really big baseball fan, but honestly, it's just been NBA for me or kind of bust.
Sure.
But the biggest thing with baseball was that one-on-one kind of showdown that kind of led into a larger team game. So, like, I would love just seeing that pitcher-batter dynamic.
oh
So is
man, I
that-
never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you guys think it does entertainment-wise for it? Because a lot of people, they want to see the ball in play, they want to see double plays, they want to see home runs, but like I enjoy a good pitcher,
Like a pitching duel.
Give me a good old screwball, or Nolan Ryan heat to someone's temple.
I agree. It's nice to see like a no hitter every once in a while.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't even need to be like a full strikeout game for it to be like a pitcher's game and for it to be fun to watch, because those games get so intense when you get to the like 8th and 9th inning where they have been striking everybody out. It's like, are they gonna do this? And then with no hitters, it doesn't mean that they're not hitting the ball per se. There's still times when the ball goes into play and the pitcher still relies on the outfielders and the infielders to get that out. And that's fun. That's a lot of fun. And but if they make it so it's so hard to hit where they don't even hit it, they can't even see it.
Yeah.
And then it's like that every single game and nothing's being hit into the infield or the outfield or no home runs at all.
Yeah.
It gets boring as hell, I would like to think.
Well, and kind of what we were talking about before was almost like a safety issue too. You can't see the ball, and the ball's going out of control. I mean, like I'm naive to that, but I mean that seems like a logical outcome.
And that has been something that the stats have been showing, that there has been a lot more walks by either outside the strike zone or by a lot. Actually, more players have been getting hit by the ball as of late. And the umpires are calling really weird strikes that are either that are very outside the box.
Yeah,
and which
these balls are they got so much spin on them that they can break so hard so late.
That so the umpire sees it here, and I'm for the audience, I'm holding my hand up a little bit high, and then it goes down to here, and I lowered my hand down to here, and very quickly, and so then the umpire sees it up here instead of down there where it actually crossed the plane.
He rose his hand even higher that time.
I kind of want to hear Charlie's input on this, largely because from the statistics that I have seen, the Los Angeles Dodgers seem to be the most prominent offenders when it comes to increase in speed or spin, rather.
Absolutely.
And a side note, I think it's crazy that the cameras can capture how fast these flipping balls are spinning. And there's actually stats in baseball are crazy.
That's one of my biggest things.
This is one of the more recent stats they've figured out too. Is like they've only been tracking this since like 2014. So there's only that long of the existence of this stat around. But anyway, the Dodgers, as we all know, have Trevor Bauer on their team.
Yeah.
And he is clearly open about his involvement in using sticky substances. But it was believed that the Dodgers maybe went for Bauer to get to his sticky substance. So I'm not surprised at all to see these numbers. Because that's totally what I've heard.
Like they went to get Bauer so that Bauer could spread the sticky stuff around.
I mean, in all fairness, when I lived in California, I spent a lot of time with sticky substances.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You need some strong adhesives these days.
I don't know what you mean.
In all days.
That sticky substance is illegal in
Scotch tape.
Some states, I
right?
think.
Yeah.
Scotch tape is not good for your.
But
Scotch tape leads to other tape.
But one thing I would say too, with the sticky stuff and the Dodgers, I mean, one of their promotions they did this season with a local burger place was you get a free burger if they can get 10 strikeouts. Well, that's a pretty high number. It's not very common. They give out burgers every fucking game because they hit 10 strikeouts because have the best pitching, one of the best pitching groups in baseball, and they had the best sticky stuff. I mean, like the first few games of the season, they were just giving out burgers like this.
Oh man! So are you saying that is good for people that are hungry.
Could be.
Yeah, I am saying that.
It's, you know, there's a lot of homeless people that might want that free burger from the Dodgers sticky stuff.
I doubt
I've
that
never
those
thought
are the
of it
people
like
that are
that.
getting those
Yeah.
burgers.
Taking food out of people's mouths.
Yeah.
If we take away this, no, we got to they've got to regulate one sticky thing for everyone.
Yeah. That's
Well-
what we've concluded, right?
I thought that's crazy idea that they would have got a player just to get to his mixture of sticky stuff. That's such a crazy thing to think about.
Well,
They have their own scientists.
Yeah, that's what Justin was, or Fuzzy was kind of putting me in on, or putting me onto before.
so that was just something that, like, that's a really good example of something that, if you have something on the books as a law or like a rule, but if you don't enforce it or you don't do anything about it, it can get very out of hand, right? Where to the point where these teams have now hired chemists to make an illegal substance for them
And
because they
once
know
again-
nobody's going to do anything about it, right?
And once again, science has gone too far.
Basically, I mean,
It's a lie.
it's a lot like the other sticky substance that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where either it gets to the point where you need to listen to the players or listen to your population and figure something else out instead of just putting people on, like I was telling you there before too, is like it just seems like the whole stop and frisk thing.
Oh yeah.
Where they, like the other day,
That's what the umpire inspections look like.
well, the other day they just called out Aquila
Alcala? Yeah.
for his glove was too light of a color. So he had to change his glove because the umpire was like, "Oh, it's too light. You can probably hide that sticky stuff in there."
Oh, okay.
So it's just like it's just random,
whatever.
just. And in my mind, I always think nothing's fully random. There's a big chance that an umpire could have a problem with a player and just pick
Oh,
on
yeah.
him
Oh yeah.
and use that as an excuse. And it's just, I don't know. People need to listen to their players. People need to listen to their populace. And if there's something that's on the books as not popular anymore, maybe you should look at it and figure something else out.
Well, Trevor Bauer is he's suspended right now.
Yeah.
So
he's in a lot of trouble and deserves
Trevor
to be.
Bauer,
yeah,
Yes.
and it's not for sticky stuff.
what happened to him?
No.
He's got some abuse allegations on him.
What?
Yeah.
No, really? What an
There's
asshole.
there's an investigation going into it.
Okay.
There's an investigation going into it, and they just, they have to take these allegations seriously, of course.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
he's out of work.
It's the burden of proof is upon him that it's not the way that she says it is because
Yeah.
because she has injuries to back up her story.
Oh,
he
no.
he claims that this was all an agreed upon boundaries that they had set with each other in a sexual nature, but if it sounds like he went too far. So unless he can prove otherwise, he deserves what he gets.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
And-
a tough thing to prove too, like where your sexual boundaries are. You know?
Well, he's claiming he can, and that's why I'm like, then prove it.
Yeah.
If you can, prove it.
Oh, dude,
I don't think
he's a guy that knows how to get receipts.
It's true.
He did it on the whole spider tack thing. So,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. And
We'll see.
if he went too far,
And
then
if
I hope he
he's
learns.
innocent, then whatever.
Yep.
But it's just shocking allegations. for
Yeah.
sure.
And so he's not playing right now. So
Not playing.
well, that's not the reason why the spin rate went down for
No.
LA. Not to make
has
light,
nothing
not to
to
make
do.
light
Nah.
by any means.
No.
Because I have this chart of the average spin rates and the difference that since the rules were starting to be enacted, the difference between spin rates. And it looks like Detroit was number one up there.
Wow.
with they went from before June 3rd, they were at the top with 2327 spin rate RPM. We went all the way down to 2071, which is a 256 RPM difference, which is crazy. LA is right up there at number 3. New York, surprisingly, is not that far up there. With only
the Yankees.
With the Yankees with 61.
Yeah, Mets are up there.
The Mets are up there with 173. But the Twins, like I've been saying this whole time, I don't think that Rocco would allow the Twins to cheat. I don't think Kenta Maeda would ever cheat. Mm-hmm. And since we had Donaldson, the one that was actually calling everybody out, how bad would that look for a Twins pitcher to be caught? And their difference in spin rate was only 39 RPM points. So
yeah, amongst the lowest. There's
the lowest.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other teams. That's it. So we're according to this chart, Atlanta's got the same kind of difference in spin rate. So that's like 7 teams out of the league that are simply under 50 RPMs difference. Think about that. That's every other team in baseball has seen from closer to 100 to 200 and beyond.
No.
Differences in rotation.
That's just
all but maybe like 6 or 7 teams.
11 of them over 100.
Yeah.
One of them over 200.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane.
A couple awesome things happened over this last couple days.
Oh,
yeah. Today was Polanco's birthday.
Happy birthday.
With today's
Happy birthday, Polanco.
The Twins played the White Sox today, and they won. So happy birthday to Polanco. The other day, just in the last yesterday, Arise got his 200th career hit, which is pretty amazing for him being a rookie 2 years ago.
And essentially one of those years was a half year. So,
oh yeah,
he's basically done that in 2 years.
And then Nelson Cruz was named an All-Star player.
He's going to the All-Star game.
Yeah,
he's going to his 7th All-Star game.
This is his 7th.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. So he's gonna be hitting the home runs.
Probably. That's what he does. I don't know.
He's on the main lineup.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he made starting lineup.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, I didn't know that. But
well, who all made
C-Dubs
it?
had to crush my twin spirit yet again.
Well,
he's one of the reserves, so he'll be in the game at some point.
Yeah, and if they throw a pitch to him, he'll hit a home run.
So the All-Star
starting designated hitters, Ohtani.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it is Ohtani. Well, why isn't he the pitcher? He should have been a pitcher.
He's really good, dude.
Yeah. So this Ohtani guy, he's on the Los Angeles Angels. He pitches and he hits. And he's
not like a
wonderful.
National League
But that's
pitcher
what I was gonna say. Like sounds
that can
like the National League.
Yeah,
but not a National
he's
League
a
player.
good hitter.
He's on the Angels. He's an American League player, and so some games he'll be designated hitter, and then some games he'll be starting pitcher.
Yeah,
and
I used to see that a lot in Little League.
Yeah, right.
See that a lot in Little League.
Why did they get away from that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They want, in our baseball league, they really want pitchers to specialize that much more. So they really emphasize that. So you don't see that. But, I mean, baseball teams in Japan, that's, especially in high schools, baseball clubs, like, yeah, every pitcher hits. Like, everyone, and more than just pitchers, learn to pitch sometimes.
And
because the Twins are the best team ever, also. Bye.
So before we get to that topic here, I got the list of
the All-Star lineup.
We got Salvador Perez from the Kansas City Royals, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from the Toronto Blue Jays, Marcus Semien from Toronto Blue Jays, Rafael Devers, Boston Red Sox, a couple Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, Aaron Judge, Ohtani as the designated hitter, Jose Altuve is a reserve. He used to be a twin.
Is he going to bring his buzzer?
Nelson Cruz is a twin.
He wasn't a twin.
No, he wasn't. Garrett Cole is a pitcher. Hopefully, he brings a spider tack. I don't see Buxton on here. I thought he was a finalist.
Yeah, he is a finalist, but
Didn't make the cut.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm actually happier that way because that guy can be fragile sometimes. And if that's one less game that he's got to play, not with the Twins, awesome.
What was the question earlier?
This is a good one. Oh, who was it who threw out the first pitch at the Twins game today?
No,
No?
not that. We're not moving on quite yet from baseball because we have a lot of baseball here. I thought, what were we just talking about right before?
All-Star.
All-Star game, Spider Tack, Twins being the best team ever. There's a trade deadline coming up.
Yep. There is a trade
Trevor
deadline.
Bauer.
We didn't talk about that yet. There is a trade deadline coming up. Donaldson's going to be traded.
Oh.
Right? That's what everybody's saying.
Probably Barrios.
Shoemaker got traded.
Really? Yeah, that's okay.
Did?
Mm-hmm. Just yesterday or just earlier today.
Begin.
You want a pitcher? You got Jose Barrios, Happ, Pineda, Shoemaker, Robles, Alex Colme. If you need an infielder, you can get Andrelton Simmons. We got Nelson Cruz as a designated hitter. Byron Buxton. He's awesome if he's not hurt.
Man, we could field a whole team with how many people want us to give up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have at least 3 or 4 players that will play every position. It's no problem. So, they've got...
This will at least give Williams on Stadio some time to play more and more and more.
He'll get that
I'm
Cy
excited
Young
for
one day.
that.
Tortuga for Cy Young?
Yeah, there we go.
Good.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. I would love to see that.
We'll see.
I think it's most likely we definitely lose Donaldson and Barrios. I just see them both being such high valuable commodities that people will want them really badly now that they're actually up for sale because people have wanted them for a while.
It's true.
And we've just kept saying no. We've been like, not a chance. Barrios is the future. Buxton too. And now it's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
scared.
there's a lot of times though that, man, how often do you think the Twins are going to make these moves at these deadlines? And of course they don't. And they make some weird move and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. So that's probably what's going to happen.
Well, if they get rid of Cruz, unfortunately, he is hurt right now. We skipped right over that. Even though he is an all-star pick, unfortunately, currently he is hurt. Twins manager Rocco Baldelli told reporters that Cruz has been battling a chest cold for weeks and has been coughing violently, and he got hurt by coughing.
Ooh.
It was so violent that Cruz can't turn his head, which has taken him out of the lineup. That's why I didn't see him in the game today.
Hey man, I'm a older gentleman, and I've definitely hurt my back with some bad coughs. It's for real.
So as of now, the Twins are at the bottom of the AL Central with 34 wins and 48 losses. So 35 wins because we won tonight.
I'm about ready to go a 50-0 streak now.
Yeah. Trade deadline, like I said, is July 30th. And
FuzzJockRadio. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! FuzzJockRadio.
in Minnesota Lynx news, we re-signed guard Rachel Banham for the remainder of the season. Per team policy, terms of the deal were not disclosed. She will be available for Wednesday's home game against the Dallas Wings on July 7th at Target Center. She rejoins Minnesota after appearing in 14 games this season with the franchise and has averaged 4.4 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 1.1 assists in 11.5 minutes per game. The 5-year veteran saw her best game of the season against the Dream on June 6th when she tallied a season-high 13 points from the bench while shooting a perfect 5 of 5 from the field, including a 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Ooh. She has registered 3 contests this season with a perfect 3-point field goal percentage, including a 4 of 4 performance against the Sparks on June 12th.
Nice.
She is a Lakeville, Minnesota native and was acquired by the Lynx on February 25th, 2020 via trade with Connecticut. So welcome home to Minnesota. Yeah, so congratulations on being re-signed. Sounds like she's an awesome player to have on the team. And it's always good to have, native Minnesotans play for our
people who
teams,
really
right?
Care. They want us to do their team.
Minnesota high school basketball has had some pretty flame talent coming out of it. Jalen Suggs, who will probably be the 4th pick, I would imagine, in the draft this year. He is from Minnehaha Academy. Made it to the NCAA championships with Gonzaga. And his teammate, Chet Holmgren, he's the #1 prospect in the nation. His 7-foot center that can shoot threes and pull crossovers. Awesome. And I think he's going to Gonzaga too, although, Jalen Suggs won't be there. And then the top female high school player from last year, that Paige, starts with the B. I forget her last name, but she's killing it at UConn now. She may have won a national championship her first year.
Wow.
But just all these absurd talents coming out of Minnesota.
Yeah, that's a really cool. You never would think of Minnesota being a basketball state.
They talk about Minnesota being a hockey state mostly.
Yeah.
And we're going to turn into providing the basketball talent.
I remember when the Gophers back in the day were really high up there in the world
of stuff.
Final
Chicago,
Four
of college games and stuff. The Lynx did win their last game, 99-68 against the Phoenix Mercury. Leading the way was Collier, of course, with 34 minutes on the field with 6 points, 6 assists, and 19 points. McBride had 24 points, leading the way. Also, Dangerfield leading the way with 12 points, and also Sylvia Fowles leading the way with 6 points. And then they have a couple games coming up, July 7th, July 9th, and 11th against the Dallas Wings, Las Vegas Aces, and Los Angeles Sparks. Make sure to check your listings for when they are playing and what time and what channel to watch them on. And they've, with these wins, have been moving up the standings. I can't talk tonight. I'm losing my mind. There was a question that I was going to ask earlier, and it's really bugging me that I lost it. Like, like, there's this question, and I was going to do one of my things, and it was going to be great. And then I lost it, and then we moved on, and now we're here, and
and then you're still looking for it.
I'm still looking for it, but now that we're moved on, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it.
Yeah,
live in the moment.
Did you see the new Rick and Morty?
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway,
not sponsored by Rick and Morty. The Lynx are now 9-7. The Suns are 12-6. 14-4 are the Aces, and the Storms 14-4.
So our upcoming game against the Aces should be
that'll be a good one.
Good one.
Yep. We got the NBA Finals happening now.
Finally,
we got the Phoenix Suns versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The series are currently tied 0-0.
Yeah. Yep.
Do we have a game yet?
No.
Yeah. No.
Is the game going on right now?
If it is, I have to go. I'm like,
okay,
pretty stoked. Okay, go ahead.
I just remembered.
Oh, what's gonna happen next?
This is exciting.
When Fuzzy.
We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Fuzz Question of the Week.
That's right. It's Fuzz Question of the Week time. We are in the NBA. Oh, gosh darn it. I need to... Okay, got it. Okay. Fuzz Question of the Week time. What this is I will ask you guys a question, and you guys answer it.
Yeah.
We'll take turns on answering the question, so don't answer all at once. And then give a reason for your answer. And then we won't discuss it. And we just move on. So, your answer is your answer, and we won't discuss why it's wrong or why it's right. So, the Fuzz Question of the Week is, Jameis will be
Lay it
first.
on me.
Who do you want to win the NBA Finals, and why?
Oh. Well, let me see who's in the NBA Finals quick.
We just said it. The Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, well, Phoenix Suns, because the Carl Anthony Towns and J-Lo's, no, not J-Lo, D-Lo's buddy,
D-Lo.
their friend is on that team. That's why.
Devin Booker.
Nate,
Yeah, that's the guy.
who do you want to win,
Phoenix Suns.
and why?
Chris Paul. I think he deserves one.
He hasn't won one.
No, he's been in the league now 16 seasons, and he hasn't won one. And there's a lot of players like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, and John Stockton. They never win a ring, and then they just kind of fizzle out as far as people being put on, best of lists, and a lot of people think that's important. And Chris Paul is someone who I think is one of the best point guards to ever play. And he's also someone that if he doesn't get a ring, people are just going to kind of...
They won't remember him.
Yeah, they just won't remember him. They'll forget about him. Just whatever. But I mean, check this out. Listen to his stat line. This is a guy that's never won an NBA championship. I told you I wanted to talk about Chris Paul. I came in here guns blazing. I don't even know if I'm answering the question anymore, but you gave me a chance.
Keep going ahead. Go ahead.
11-time NBA All-Star. He was the NBA All-Star MVP in 2013. 4-time NBA First Team, 5 NBA All-NBA Second Team, and then All-NBA Third Team. I was All-NBA Third Team 1 year, so that's no big deal. All 7-time All-Defensive Player First Team. I mean, just like he's got a crazy stat line. Just won a couple of Olympic gold medals. He deserves it. And so yeah,
C-dubs.
Phoenix Suns. I want Phoenix Suns to win.
C-dubs. Who do you want to win?
Phoenix Suns.
And why?
Because I like Devin Booker as well, and I think Paul needs this. He needs this. He needs this a lot. It's his first NBA Finals at the age of 36.
Yeah.
Wow.
He needs this, and he should get it.
We all know what that. I still haven't cut it up, guys.
It's never going to happen.
And that was Gliz. It's time for the
Fuzz Question of the Week.
That was the Fuzz Question of the Week.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Let's move these notes around a little bit. There's been okay.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know.
Were we done talking about basketball? Did you want to talk about basketball more?
I mean, it's the only thing I can talk about.
Let's talk
So
about basketball.
yeah,
Let's talk more basketball.
I mean, I'll keep talking about basketball until forever.
Do you got anything to comment on in regards to like storylines of these teams? Like we talk about Phoenix Suns a lot, but like what's the arc behind the Bucks?
I mean, I think the arc, the general arc, they both kind of have the same. Like Phoenix Suns and Milwaukee, they're both small market teams, and so I've heard people talking about how they think that this might not be good for the game because not as a lot more LA Lakers jerseys will sell than Milwaukee Bucks jerseys.
Yeah,
but I think it's really cool that like, in my opinion, the Phoenix Suns aren't a super team. The Milwaukee Bucks, although they have the Greek Freak, I mean, I don't know if I'd say they're a super team, but they're competitive in a small market. and it just makes me jealous as a Minnesota fan.
Oh, no kidding. And with Milwaukee as well, I'm thinking of this because I saw somebody tweet this. So one of the people that I like was through the personal tweets and stuff had tweeted that a coworker went up to him and said that he doesn't want the Milwaukee Bucks to win because of the Black Lives Matter movements that they did. And it's like,
man, now I want to change my answer. No,
it's like, so like it's really, it's like the I know the whole NBA was part of everything that happened last year, but the Milwaukee Bucks
they
started,
were and there was a lot more direct violence happening in Wisconsin,
That's true.
So for the team to be that close to that and that had to have added pressure.
True.
We've seen how that's
I'm just really happy that they did what they did last year when they needed to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They really woke a lot of people up and paid a little bit more attention when everybody striked. So that was something.
Yeah, I think that lends itself to the nature of the team of Milwaukee, like having that spirit, having that competitive nature, to have that going on as well and still push, and they've made it.
But man, I want Chris Paul to win as well.
Yeah,
He's somebody that I've been following for such a long time because he's one of those iconic basketball players. Somebody that's always stuck out as a really good player and somebody you want to emulate when you're playing, video games. And I always put him and Garnett together in a video game.
Yeah, point guards are always my most enjoyable position in all sports to watch.
In all sports?
In all sports,
wow.
Yeah. So I kind of gravitate towards like Jason Kidd was my favorite player for a long time.
Jason Kidd was a lot of fun to watch.
Chris Paul has certainly occupied that space for me for a while.
Gary Payton.
You go
John Stockton.
I've been watching a lot of Jason Williams highlights.
Jason Williams is
Bo
good.
Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. I don't think he ever played point guard, but I bet he could.
Yeah, he probably could.
Funny
He
note.
didn't want to.
Or I don't know if it's funny.
Point guard.
Nate here and James here are both Bo Jackson super fans.
Oh yeah, huge.
Super fans, if you will.
Not only did I have the Bow Breaker poster, I also had the Bart Simpson version of the Bow Breaker.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
So, are you guys as committed to your love of Bo as Fuzzy is with his love of Paul, who he follows around? Are you guys going to follow Bo Jackson around?
Who you been following around?
Paul. Who's Paul?
Chris Paul. Paul?
I'm so confused.
Paul?
Piss Paul?
Paul? George?
Bing? Ringo? Benny?
What?
Benny?
I'm confused right now. Like, honestly, I'm very confused right now.
I'm just going to smile. And
moving on.
What happened? To the bathroom?
No.
No, he's not on the team anymore.
Luis Ariz, I got his rookie card, so if that's a thing.
I think Trevor May got in trouble too over the pitching stuff.
Trevor May got in trouble?
That's old news though. We don't have to go back to we already went back to basketball with excellent stuff. We don't need to go all the way back to baseball for not that.
We haven't talked about basketball yet though.
I know, it's such a good movie.
It is a really good movie.
It is. I just immediately started thinking of Squeak in the Bottom Drawer, and I just started cracking up. That is a really good show.
Funny stuff.
Classic.
Slashing.
Oh no, it doesn't want to play it.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that,
So hockey is in its finals as well. The Lightning and Canadiens have been going at it, and the Lightning has won every single game so far, and they were playing as of right now. They're playing, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got game 4 tonight.
So Game 4 tonight, and if the Lightning wins tonight, it's over. And do we know if the game's done? This is why it would be nice to have.
We can't mention anything about the game if it's still going on. We can neither confirm nor deny.
If it's over, we can talk about it.
Are you looking it up, or should I look it up?
So far,
look it up.
So far, the Lightning have been just embarrassing the Canadians.
Yeah,
it's been pitiful to watch.
Are you looking it up?
Well, I just look at the scores of these games. I mean, Canadians scored once.
On their phones.
They scored once. They scored 3 times, but then their Lightning scored 6 times. So they've more than doubled. So it's very likely that the Lightning could take it tonight.
Okay, so the Canadians avoided the Stanley Cup sweep.
Oh, the game's over.
They tipped the Lightning in overtime.
All
See,
right.
this is a reason why I say instead of going straight down to 3 hosts next season, that we need a producer.
Ooh.
So we're not sitting here looking at our phones trying to figure things out like
Nate,
that.
What do you say?
Well, it would be Expert Andy, remember?
I know.
We're not going to take it away from Expert Andy.
It's bedtime.
Yeah.
For putting Nate on the spot.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Go Canadians.
Yeah, go Canadians.
Keep up.
Backdoor sweep.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's awesome that the Canadians are keeping it going. So next week we'll have a little bit more NHL talk to talk about. Mm-hmm. The Wild just have agreed to a 1-year contract, $900,000 contract with Nick Bustag. For next season. The 28-year-old was scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent later this month. He had 6 goals and 17 points in 44 games this season. Comes a week after the Wild had signed Joel Eriksson Elk to an 8-year contract.
Well, that guys don't have a contract yet.
Yeah.
These guys.
Kaprizov, Folia, and Nick and Marcus Johansson are the team's remaining forwards without a contract.
That's pretty much the core of the team as far as the forwards go. We need all of those guys.
Yeah.
Back. What are they doing?
I don't know, dude.
They're gonna offer like the most money ever too. So he's gonna take
Frill
it.
to Krill.
He has to. How do you not?
Frill to Krill for the thrill.
Yes.
In the drill.
Fiala will get paid. Johansson deserves to get paid. They will all get paid. Hopefully.
Let's hope so.
Do we have that much money to keep everybody?
We just got rid of like everyone who was expensive other than Parisi and Suter.
And it sounds like Parisi's going to be leaving soon, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So if he's gone, that's a huge piece of our money gone.
Well, we'll see how this roster shapes up.
Yes.
Going into next season.
We can repeat being cool like we were last year.
Cool guys.
So there's a reason why. So yesterday was the 4th, and you always hear about people saying that you need to be careful with fireworks. Don't grab illegal fireworks. Don't use fireworks. All that. There's always been precautions, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm always safe about it." Well, unfortunately, yesterday, NHL player died from being hit by a firework on the 4th. I can't pronounce his name.
So sad.
Matthias
Kivleniks. He's
a 24-year-old Latvian goaltender. He was sitting in a hot tub at a private home in Michigan where actually he Expert Andy's in this in Novi, Michigan right now.
Oh, really?
Was he at this party?
Oh,
no.
Man.
Oh.
When a nearby firework tilted and headed toward him and a group of other people in the hot tub, he tried jumping out and it hit him right in the chest and killed him.
Yeah. Those things are no joke. They're explosives. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's just horrible.
Sympathies go out to these families and friends.
We don't need that stuff happening. People, be careful.
So be careful out there. Listen to precautions. Experts
or experts.
So leave it up to the experts. And it's past the 4th of July, so stop firing off fireworks anyway.
The dogs are tired.
The dog. Think about the dogs.
And also, half of the country is drying out.
That's a fucking great point.
I've actually been kind of checking the news to see how many fires have been started, especially in the Southwest, with how dry everything has been. And I'm sure they have bans on all that stuff, but people are only going to. Yeah. I mean, not all people are going to follow that.
No, there's a town in Canada that just doesn't exist after the heat wave that just struck a lot of northern Canada, northwest. So, yeah, there's a town that broke like the world record. Well, at least I don't know if it was world, but their record of heat index that they'd ever seen in a lifetime, and eclipsed it the next day, and eclipsed it again the third day, and the fourth day that town was on fire. So, wow, yeah,
it almost seems like we might have some kind of issue with rising temperatures.
That's weird.
Did you see the ocean on fire the other day?
The ocean's on fire.
Yeah, that's
again.
Insane.
There was a under the sea natural gas line that ruptured.
Yeah,
and it caught on fire, and the ocean was on fire, and they were putting out the ocean with the ocean.
Yeah. Get us some water. The whole thing's water. Yeah.
It was weird. It was the craziest thing.
For the ocean on the ocean.
Yeah. Nate is absolutely correct. It is absolutely dry out right now. If you're thinking about having a backyard fire, I would suggest not to listen to until it wettens up a little bit, until we get a little bit more rain than what we had last weekend.
I went out walking by the river middle last week. And you can walk across the Minnesota River out by 7 Mile Creek.
Whoa.
I was standing on a sandbar that was my height, 6 foot, below another sandbar that would have been underwater.
Jeez.
Wow.
That was, it's kind of cool because it's kind of rare that you can walk so out into a riverbed, but then it kind of hits you like, this is not cool. This is not that cool.
And unfortunately, this isn't the first time you were able to do that in recent memory. Like there was maybe about 5 or 10 years ago where the river got so low because we didn't have any snow that last winter.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
That you could walk across the Minnesota River, you could just step right over it.
Yeah.
And I remember when we weren't getting snow and thinking, man, this is not going to be good, and it wasn't. The crops weren't growing. It was just bad, and it's happening again. And
that's what happens when we don't get mega blizzards for winter, unfortunately.
Right now, it's we're gonna get no rain, and we all know it's because of climate change and global warming
our obsession with a
monoculture
yard. F that shit.
Yeah, I really can't justify spending a ton of water on trying to keep my flowers alive. I do give them a little bit of water every day, but my grass is just torched.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so a lot of people I've noticed their grasses are torched like ours as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit out there with a sprinkler.
Which means that there is even more dryness out there. So with those backyard fires or your stupid fireworks that you want to shoot off, don't. Because those sparks, you have no idea where they're going to go. And if they get onto some of that dry grass or that a dry roof or some dry leaves, things are going to go up really quick. So what I'm trying to say, I suppose, is listen to the warnings and heed those heat warnings and those heat indexes and stuff like that.
Smokers too. Remember, those are hot ashes you're flicking.
So that's something in California that they have is when I went out to go visit C-Dubs out in LA a couple years ago, he was like, make sure you put out your cigarette.
Yeah.
And don't smoke in public because it's really looked down upon because it's so dry. And it's not because of the health reasons, but it's because they look down on it because of the dry.
You're gonna start a fire,
dryness.
man.
That's what everyone's gonna think of you. They're not thinking that he's a smoker. They're just thinking that's gonna start a fire.
This guy obviously has not lived in an area where the horizon is a forest fire because you're by a forest.
Yeah.
Soon will be. Soon will be.
Hopefully not.
Are you ready for some football?
Sorry.
No.
With that, we got some football news.
Oh, the football. Oh, well then, the football is not happening. So
The top pick of the 2021 NFL draft has signed his rookie contract. Quarterback Trevor Lawrence, the number 1 overall pick, our buddy Trevor, signed his rookie deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They reported on Monday morning. It's a 4-year,
$36.8 million. Wow.
$36.8 million deal with a $24.1 million signing bonus. The deal, like all first-round rookie contracts, includes a 5th-year option, and so yeah, it's unprecedented language and payment structure. The team later announced the signing.
that was a good
I
deal.
believe some of that payment structure is he's getting paid in crypto.
Are you serious?
Yes, he's like really into cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Yeah, so I believe some of the payment structure that they might be talking about, because I know he has, if they're not doing it for him, he's doing it himself. He's transferring a lot of his money into cryptocurrencies. So he's way in on that. And I believe he said he wanted to be paid that way in the beginning anyway.
I feel like that could end up being a very good deal for the team.
Yeah,
because, I'm not a big fan of crypto, but he clearly is. And if he prefers that, then, we'll see what he does with it. But that's kind of weird to like, I get it seems like you would take stock options as payment,
Yeah, and that's the idea. Basically, he thinks of it as like he'll be the first one to be taking like crypto, and the way that some people were the first ones to get stock options and stuff.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's, which is fine. That's what he wants. Totally.
It's just weird
If
to
he
get
thinks it's
stock
investment
options.
that'll pay off. Who knows? What if it does?
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
he
it could
turns
totally pay off way bigger.
Yeah, in the end, this 36 whatever million contract, like, transferred into crypto could be like 100 million.
Yeah.
And
then
outrageous.
there's also, there's like teams that run. They like a lot. You can, for like 1 Bitcoin, you can buy a box seat for like the season.
Oh, really?
For 1 Bitcoin. But think about the people who bought that at the beginning of baseball season when Bitcoin was 60-something thousand, dollars, and now the people who are buying those for $30,000 are getting quite a deal.
That's pretty,
pretty
tight. Pretty tight for them.
It's, for some people it works one way, and other people it works another way.
Yeah.
So it's all,
It's
what it is. But
it's a casino.
yeah, it's a casino.
It's a casino.
So that's us. It was mainly the crypto.
Do you got to take on Trevor Lawrence taking some of his contract in crypto?
Well, I was just gonna move on from the crypto.
That's fine. We don't want. Crypto's dumb.
I mean, we already talked about it here, so. I wanted to mention that we got updates on the Aaron Rodgers situation out in Green Bay. The CEO Mark Murphy puts out columns, right? To talk to the owners of the team, because the owners are the residents of Green Bay, correct?
People who own stock in the team, yes. They're citizens of Wisconsin.
Is that the only team that does that?
Yes. They did it at one point, I believe, as an effort to keep the team going. And they were like, well, if we do this, it's, they can pay for itself. And they did it, and then they became like the most profitable team of all time.
Okay. And it started off with like being residents of Green Bay were the only people that could buy them, right?
I think something like that, yeah. Or like Wisconsin residents only could purchase the stock in the team, and then you could only give them that through family, or they had all sorts of weird things. And I think that's all been lifted and changed now. But
okay,
but like there are people on waiting lists to become stock owners of
Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah, along with like season ticket holders and just everything Green Bay. Everyone loves.
I like that idea of restricting it to, because it's a team, a localized team, and for people to be investing in that, they should. I like that it's locals investing in that local team.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it is a good idea.
So
that's the only one that did it.
And then after you move out of that town, then you have to give up your stock options.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like that.
You maybe trade them to a family, or a family would have to retain it or something.
Mm-hmm.
If family are able to kind of get that too.
No, I mean family is first option, right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't have family that are going to stay, then you have to put them up to the public to be able to purchase those.
Like C-Dubs mentioned that they did have options for like family members. If you're not a resident and you have a family member that's a resident, you can still do that. So.
Okay, so getting back to the story, is that
good story.
The CEO Mark Murphy, he puts out these columns, to tell the owners what's going on, and in this column he did not mention Aaron Rodgers at all.
Aaron who?
Yeah, right. Which is amazing, because he hasn't gone to camp, he hasn't been doing anything, he hasn't been saying a word until now.
He sat down and spoke with you, Fuzzy.
No, he did not. I'm not gonna. We're not taking somebody else's interview. The Associated Press. He sat down with the Associated Press.
Okay.
Rodgers said during a Monday news conference for the match, per the Associated Press, I focused on in the offseason about how to take care of myself, the total package. Not just my physical self with workouts, but my spiritual self with my own mindful practices, my mental health as well. What's the best way to take care of that? And that's what I've been doing this offseason. That's why I've taken the time I've taken and done the things or not done the things that I've done. And I'm very thankful for that time. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to work on my mental health. I haven't dealt with bouts of depression or anything that for whatever reason are okay to talk about if you're talking about mental health. I've just been really trying to think about what puts me in the best frame of mind. Mm-hmm. Awesome, right? I mean, no, It's not awesome. Not for us. We don't need a mindful quarterback on the Packers playing the Vikings. But but as a human being, good for him. He puts it right out there that did he say, because there's another quote that he said that said something about how he doesn't think that people talk about mental health enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In sports. And he's absolutely right, because he is still human. He's not just a sports god. He's a human. And he has to deal with whatever he's dealing with, right?
Yeah. He's in a stressful position, regardless of his ability to roll with stress in a lot of ways. Probably it's, stress is still there. I think about this when I think about any kind of personal struggle where, like, you can always say, I should really, what's the word? You can always look at worse problems to diminish your feelings or your struggles, to say, someone's always got worse, be grateful. But then that can also lead to a neglect or just like not validating the stress that you are going through, even if it is comparatively, it's always going to be comparatively different. So it's true. He's a person, and he has a stressful position.
And he also was doing a lot of things on the off season as well. He he revealed that he got engaged to the actress Celine Woodley, and he was a host of Jeopardy for 2 weeks.
He did.
And just like everybody, you have a public life, but your private life should be
do what you want.
You should be able to do what you want without worrying about what the public has to say about it.
Absolutely.
As long as you're doing something okay, and if that's trying to figure out how to get into the right mind space, that's all right. And sometimes it is getting a little bit distance from your work, and his work is Green Bay. And he also mentioned that sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the smartest person. Sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the person who has all the facts on their side or the truth on their side. Sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in silence. Sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in being selective on what you say. This off season, I've spent a lot of time working on myself. The mental side of it is so important for all of us athletes. I don't think it's talked about enough, but taking time to work on yourself is, I think, the best gift any of us can give ourselves. And that's good. I couldn't have said it any better. And obviously he's listening to some philosophy books and stuff like that. So that's good.
Well, self-care is important.
You gotta do self-care. And
you can say too, man, if you got the time and ability to actually look at those things, that can be a privilege too. So
absolutely,
if you're able to take time, do it, because it's important.
And if you find that you're not able to take time, reevaluate what's on your plate and take some of that off your plate and replace it with self-care time. Because there is nothing more important than making sure that your mental space is clear of any garbage. And sometimes that garbage is just doing everything all the time. Sometimes that garbage is just saying yes to too many things. And don't worry about if somebody's going to, what the other person's going to do if you say no. If you say no and the other person doesn't respect that, they're not your friend. They're probably somebody that you don't need to do that thing for anyway. This week in NFL sports, a lot of different things happened. I don't know why I even have this. I was just thinking that there wasn't enough NFL stuff, but things happened last year, other years. Hall of Famer wide receiver Michael Irvin retired after 12 seasons on July 11th of this week. And yeah.
Good for him.
A lot of things happened in the past. I don't really want to go over that topic.
Yeah, if you like NFL, you should probably look it up yourself. I don't know why you rely on us.
The Vikings training camp starts July 27th in Eagan, Minnesota. We'll be on hiatus at that moment in time, but we will come back for the beginning of the NFL season.
Interesting.
And let's get into AEW. Lots of big events happening in wrestling this coming week. Coming month.
It's
week, month, next 2 months. There's a lot of upcoming good wrestling. We've got the AEW Road Rager July 7th, which is this Wednesday.
Okay.
Which we'll talk about in a minute. But then after that, there's Fyter Fest Night 1, July 14th. So that's next Wednesday.
Okay.
Then in between that and Night 2, there's Slammiversary, which is Impact's big like WrestleMania type thing. So Kenny Omega's going to fight Sami Callihan then.
And
then after
the
that,
Impact title.
The next Wednesday, Fyter Fest Night 2 happens. So that'll be a big night. Then Fight for the Fallen is the week after that. And then Triple Mania is the next month with Andrade versus Kenny Omega in AAA wrestling. So there's a lot of big pay-per-view style events.
That's what I was just going to say. Month. That sounds like those are not pay-per-views.
This is 1 month.
None of them. The only Triple Mania and Slammiversary are pay-per-views. Everything else is dynamites that with a name, but they're going to be pay-per-view quality.
Yeah.
On television for free.
Well,
that'll be cool.
These are all they aren't going to be all at Daly's place anymore, right? Is that correct?
Not anymore. They're on the road now.
So all of these matches are on the road, and that's why they're going big. They have to. They have to show the on-road audience that they're going to provide a good show. So there's nothing special about it. This is just going to be what's going to be happening. It's just AEW Dynamite, right?
Kind of.
It can be the
best. But they're packing it with a month of quality to go with 2 pay-per-views. Well, to be fair, this is a pay-per-view for Impact and
Different promotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Impact and AEW, and they're working pretty closely. So could you
AAA
say
as well?
they're definitely not necessarily competing?
Yeah,
for the market.
They've got some big matches for Road Rager. They've got a South Beach strap match with Cody Rhodes versus UT Marshall. A coffin match, their first one in their history, with Darby Allin versus Ethan Page.
Cool.
Tag team street fight with the Young Bucks and Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero Miedo. And then there'll be a couple other matches on there, like Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander versus Ben the Blade and the Bunny. Andrade El Idolo versus Matt Sydal. And then the Pinnacle is going to have a fight with the Inner Circle as well. So there's just tons happening on Wednesday Night Dynamite, which will be called Road Rager.
Yeah. That's
pretty crazy.
Man, if you used to like wrestling, like AEW nowadays is kind of really... I'd say it's bringing back some of that old charm that, many of us liked in Attitude Era and pre that with Hulk Hogan. F that guy. I mean,
it's a mixture
Ric Flair.
of all of them.
Well, and it also is just bringing back the old flair that we don't know, where there's multiple promotions, and it's not just WWE.
Yeah,
like we never saw that. We never saw that there was, multiple different territory days.
Yeah,
we never saw. We weren't old enough to ever see that.
It was a big deal if someone from WCW like quit and got signed by WWE.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the '80s territory days.
Okay,
yeah, like
the '70s and '80s
of multiple territories.
And like Minnesota was a big one of those big in those territory days.
Yep.
And we didn't get to see that because WWE
Flair.
took everything over.
Yeah.
Or took over the spotlight. Those territories and those companies didn't go away. It's just that WWE
they all got bought up.
No.
Or
it's just that bought up all the talent, and it's just okay, so it's just like what Nintendo did with the NES, where they said that if you made a game for the NES, you couldn't make a game for any other video game companies.
Yeah, some exclusivity.
So like the Sega Master System wasn't able to get any Capcom games.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's exactly what WWE did.
Yep.
They took all the talent and said that you won't be able to fight in any other territories if you're going to fight for WWE. So now it's bringing back the Attitude Era that everybody loves, or no?
Well, and I was going to say, to finish that thought, is that it brings back... I don't think it's accurate to say it kind of brings back those feelings, because it's a lot more evolved now and has incorporated, so many more different styles. By doing all these cross promotions and wrestlers that wrestle across different promotions without that exclusivity.
And that's where I was getting to with Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega winning other titles from different promotions makes me think of the territory days. And is making everybody remember that other companies exist. And currently, Kenny Omega has the AAA title that he's had for 616 plus days. He has the Impact title, which he's had 69 plus days. Nice. And then the AEW title for 213 plus days. It's crazy. He has 3 titles out of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 different promotions are currently going on in the wrestling world. There's the MLW World Heavyweight title, who has that is Jacob Fatu. He has that for 727 days.
That's a good reign.
World's Heaviest Championship, Nick Aldis, 982 plus days.
The NWA.
The World Heavyweight Championship, the CMLL, the Ultimo Guerrero, 989 plus days. WWE Universal Champion is Roman Reigns for 304 plus days. The World of Stardom Championship is owned by Ultima
Utami Hayashishita.
231 plus days of Stardom. WWE Champion is Bobby Lashley, 120 plus days. Will Ospreay has the British Heavyweight Championship, 506 plus.
It's Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor World Champions owned by Rush, 484 plus days. Jake Lee, Triple Crown Heavyweight, 1 plus day.
All Japan.
Just won that.
Japan
look
Pro
at that.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
The Heavyweight Championship of the GHC is Naomichi Marufuji.
Naomichi Marufuji.
22 plus days. Don't let me try to pronounce things. This pronounce
this
it.
one, Shingo Takagi.
21 plus days. Because we all know that I'm really bad at pronouncing names, and I'd rather
apologize.
not try it and screw it up. PWG World Champion is Bandito, 562 plus days. So yeah,
so there actually would have been, until he got injured, Will was also the New Japan champion.
What?
Until he had to vacate the title, but he hasn't had to vacate the British Heavyweight Championship yet. So
who?
Will Ospreay.
Okay.
He's the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion. He used to be the New Japan IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, but he got hurt. So he's also people really think that it could end up with Kenny and him fighting someday too.
Wow.
Because they see him being the first. He might be the next person to jump from New Japan to AEW if he ever were to. Because he's,
sounds cool.
He's got
the ability to entertain across different platforms.
Exactly. He's got the fan base already built in across multiple different nations. He could jump easily, but I think he likes where he's at right now. So that's why I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
That's cool.
So yeah, well,
that's wrestling. Go check out some wrestling. It's pretty neat these days.
Check out wrestling.
As long as it's not WWE. Fuck that.
That means that Fuzzy Memory Trivia is here upon us. Time to ask some trivia questions.
Whoa. We've never done this before.
Yes, we have.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, like the last time we did it.
The score is 3-2, 3-2,
and to 1,
to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, 5
Testing.
to 6 to 7, 8.
Testing.
All those different questions. So what this is Fuzzy Memory Trivia. I ask the guys questions. They answer with answers. Unlike the other segment that we had that I can't remember what it was called, Fuzzy Memory, Fuzzy question of the week.
The difference is this one we discuss our answers.
This is like a lot. This is actually we don't discuss.
We discuss it even less.
This one, if you answer the question correctly, you get a point.
Yeah, you don't tell your reasons. This is the unreasonable.
Which state is home of the Rangers in Major League Baseball?
Ding.
That was a tie, so nobody gets it. It's Texas.
What? Oh.
Who did the New England Patriots lose in Super Bowl 31?
Dang.
Buzz.
James?
That was to fucking Chicago Bears.
Incorrect. Green Bay Packers.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Who won the Conn Smythe Trophy as the 2011-2012 NHL Playoff MVP?
2012. Buzz.
C-Dubs.
Patrick Kane.
Incorrect. Jonathan Quick.
He's got the best name ever.
Early in Chris Paul's debut season for the Los Angeles Clippers, the team earned what nickname?
Dings.
Buzz.
James.
The Clippies.
Incorrect. Lob City.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
I'll lob it up for like a.
That's cool. Yeah, sports guys know it's cool.
Both men's and women's Olympic basketball tournaments include how many teams?
Buzz.
C-dubs.
8.
Incorrect. 12.
Damn.
And that is the end of Fuzzy Memory Trivia. 0 points awarded. Good luck next week, guys, because the next week is the last week, and next week is the only time that points actually matter.
What?
This whole season,
What?
I haven't been keeping track.
What?
Nope. Next week we find out who the winner is.
What has this all been about?
How it happens. The ultimate episode, you find out who the winner is.
Okay,
It's just the way it goes. So
that makes sense.
I like it.
Which brings us to the end of the episode.
Nate, thanks for being here.
Oh,
thanks for coming, Nate.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, okay.
They didn't have a guest. Who are you talking about?
Our fourth. 4. See you later, Nate. Right?
Bye, Nate.
Yeah. He waved.
Okay. C-dubs, what do you got going on next week?
Back to work, and then I'm gonna work on some more graphic design for my friend's album. I can't wait to do that. I'm really excited.
Why don't you say his name?
Yeah.
Because he's my friend.
He's under
Carr.
But yeah, he's your friend, so you should. We're not sponsored by Jordan Carr, but we can say his name. Can't we say his name? Jordan Carr has a new album coming out, and C-dubs is making the graphic artwork for it.
And
so
I don't think he's under an NDA.
No, I don't think so either. Or maybe that's what's going on.
Oh, shoot, I am under an NDA.
Oh, well, starting now.
Well, next time, just let us know who you're trying to do things for, so we can get get the information out, so our audience can get their album. Yeah. Jordan Carr, check out his Bandcamp and his Twitter. Yeah. He's a really good guy.
It's fun.
He loves listening to our podcast, so we need to throw out some love.
Yeah. Check out his new song, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
James, what do you got going on this next week?
Well, it's gonna be a good week. I'm gonna, organize my house, or at least a room or two of my house. I don't know. Just getting through the heat waves. Trying not to go anywhere. Really.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow, I think.
Oh, that would be so nice. No, I'm gonna play video games with my son probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Buzz, what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Now the dangerous Nelson Cruz.
That one is hit hard to left. That ball's back, and there's your grand slam. Nelson Cruz connects that triple. Love it. His fourth of the game, and suddenly it's a 2-point contest. In Carl Anthony Township, you said he needs to start exerting his will.